Eased restrictions for Greater Brisbane will be in place from 6 p.m. the 11th of January to 1 a.m. the 22nd of January. The Greater Brisbane region includes City of Brisbane, City of Ipswich, Logan City, Moreton Bay region, Redland City. From 6 p.m. the 11th of January, restrictions during the 3-day lockdown will ease. People are permitted to be outside their homes for any purpose, subject to the following restrictions. You must carry a face mask with you at all times when you leave home, unless you have a lawful reason not to. You must wear a mask in indoor spaces, except in your home. For example, shopping centres, supermarkets, retail outlets and indoor markets, hospitals and aged care facilities, churches and places of worship, libraries, indoor recreational facilities and gyms, indoor workplaces, where you can't socially distance, public transport, taxis and rideshare, airports and travelling on planes. It is recommended that you wear a mask when outdoors, if you are unable to stay more than 1.5 meters distance from other people, such as busy walkways and thoroughfares. Home confinement and movement. You can leave your home for any purpose. You can travel anywhere in Australia. Please note other states and territories may have restrictions in place that prevent you from travelling to them. Gatherings. Up to 20 people in homes and public spaces. This number includes those who live with you. Weddings. Up to 100 attendees. No restriction on dancing. Funerals. Up to 100 attendees. Businesses and venues. This includes places of worship, convention centres, etc. There are no restrictions on businesses opening under a COVID-safe plan. Restaurants and cafes can open for seated eating and drinking, no standing allowed. All businesses may now have 1 person per 4 square metres on their premises indoors, 1 person per 2 square metres outdoors. Businesses with a floor space less than 200 square metres can have 1 person per 2 square metres, up to 50 people at a time. Dancing is not allowed except at weddings. Funerals and weddings can have up to 100 attendees. The seated capacity of outdoor stadiums and amphitheatres is 50% with a COVID-safe plan. The seated capacity of indoor concert venues and theatres is 50% capacity, or 1 person per 4 square metres, whichever is greater, with a COVID-safe plan. Indoor events sessions within events. 500 people or less must comply with a COVID-safe event checklist, no further approval needed. 500 to 10,000 people must comply with a COVID-safe event plan approved by local public health units. 10,000 people or more must comply with a COVID-safe event plan approved by the Chief Health Officer. Indoor concert venues, theatres etc. Up to 50% seated capacity, or 1 person per 4 square metres, whichever is the greater, with a COVID-safe plan. Outdoor events sessions within events. Fewer than 1,000 people, for example community sport, no approval needed when following a COVID-safe event checklist. 1,000 to 10,000 people must comply with a COVID-safe event plan approved by the local public health unit. 10,000 people or more must comply with a COVID-safe event plan approved by the Chief Health Officer. Outdoor stadiums and amphitheatres, 50% capacity with a COVID-safe plan. Restrictions remain in place for visitors to aged care residential facilities, disability accommodation services, hospitals. Stay home, stay safe. If you have any symptoms at all, get tested immediately and